Good morning, survivors. I am on my way to get my coffee. It is very early. It is still dark outside. I've been up since 4 something. Quite early. So, coffee time. Today we're going to talk about gaslighting and how gaslighting affects the people that are being gaslighted. So, let's get started. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and just cover 10 things you need to know about gaslighting today in toxic relationships. So let's talk about it. Gaslighting, let's talk about the definition of it first. Okay, this is number 1. Gaslighting is a psychological manipulation tactic that narcissists often use against their sources of supply in order to control them and manipulate them. But essentially the idea is they want to make them feel crazy. They want to make them feel like they're not capable of making their own choices, and essentially they use this tactic to sort of rewrite a person's story and sort of rewrite what you see. Okay, so there was a 1944 movie called Gaslight, in which this man was basically manipulating his wife by moving things in the house and making her think she was crazy. Well, the term has obviously taken on a much broader meaning today, but that's what it all comes down to, is that it's a psychological form of manipulation in which a person tries to make you feel crazy. So one of the things that you should know about gaslighting is that there's more than one way to get it done, right? So if you think about it, someone who's gaslighting you might choose to do so by adamantly, oh, I'm telling you, this is how it is, being so having such conviction about whatever it is they're trying to prove you wrong about or whatever, that you begin to doubt yourself. That's the cornerstone of gaslighting, is to make you doubt yourself and your sanity, actually. It's kind of messed up. One of the most effective ways of gaslighting, I think, is probably to tell a person to deny what the person is accusing you of, and then actually to pull out this self-righteous indignation. Okay, for example, say a narcissist cheats on his or her spouse, and the spouse says, hey, what the hell, you cheated on me. And the narcissist would inevitably deny, and then, of course, end up accusing the spouse of being a jealous person who is just, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe I should go out and cheat on you if that's the way it is, blah, blah, blah. Righteous indignation, and poor me, and I'm so faithful, blah, blah, blah. This is an example of gaslighting. Gaslighting is often paired with shame and guilt in order to round it out. It's most effective that way because the narcissist will, literally shame you into believing and doing what they say. It's all about getting and keeping control of you and the situation. Another important thing to note is that sometimes gaslighting is used in a way that is almost undetectable, especially when the narcissist will sort of behave like, I care about you, and that's why I'm trying to tell you these things. I've tried so hard with you, blah, blah, blah. Narcissists are famous for using caretaking as a way to control people, especially female narcissists, but even male narcissists who tend to say things like, I pay the bills around here, so I get to decide what happens. Or, female narcissists who use their quote-unquote love and concern for people as a way to make them do what they want, and then they retaliate by taking away the caregiving when those things aren't accomplished. You see, it's an ongoing thing. It's terrible. You have to realize that gaslighting is really all about deceiving you, deceiving the world around you, deceiving you and helping you to not see things as they really are. It's all about what the narcissist needs and wants and nothing else. The narcissist does not take into consideration your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, and they will, without hesitation, destroy your entire life if you don't fall for, their tricks, so to speak. So it's real important to be aware when you're being gaslighted so that you can protect yourself. So along the same lines of, the narcissist wanting you to doubt yourself with the with gaslighting, they really want you to doubt your entire existence and your entire ability to focus on anything. So they will, in addition to using the guilt and the shame and everything else, They will use flying monkeys and other people to, flying monkeys being people that kind of do the narcissist bidding for them, similar to those flying monkeys in The Wizard of Oz and the evil person, witch person. Anyway, the point is that they will use the flying monkeys against you, and that is often in tandem with gaslighting. Gaslighting is often used in tandem with lots of other manipulation tactics, like I said. So you have to just be constantly on the alert with a narcissist. When you are being gaslighted, really the best way you can cope with it is by going gray rock and not accepting it. But you have to learn to recognize the gaslighting in order to do that. Otherwise, you're just going to find yourself in a horrible spiral that is very difficult to get out of. So the narcissist wants you to doubt your intuition, okay? So what'll happen is you'll know in your heart or your gut or whatever that you're being attacked. And so you instinctively go on the defensive, right? And then the narcissist turns that around on you and tells you you're paranoid and you worry too much and you're crazy and you think too much and maybe you need to get a damn hobby, la la la. Maybe you should stop focusing on what I'm doing wrong and start focusing on what you're doing wrong, essentially is what they're trying to say. Just remember, it's manipulation and it's not real and you're not really crazy. When someone is, efficiently gaslighting you, that will look a lot like you thinking that you're nuts. It'll look a lot like you doubting everything that you think, losing the ability to make decisions, you questioning yourself to the point that you don't even know what to cook for dinner anymore. You don't know what restaurant to go to. You don't know what clothes to wear because you're so used to being controlled and manipulated that you literally kind of forget who you are. So the thing you have to realize is that it's not your fault. This is a tactic. This is a technique that is used by thousands and thousands of people against plenty of victims and innocent people who don't deserve it, including yourself. So if you're being gaslighted, you got to learn to recognize the signs, and then you have to learn to overcome it. The best way to overcome it is to, of course, go no contact. When that's not possible, you can gray rock when you're being gaslighted when you learn to recognize it. Gray rocking is simply the technique of not reacting in any way to gaslighting, in any negative way. So you essentially just ignore it, or you, okay, sure, that's what I am, yep, and then you just wait for it to be over. And when you don't give the narcissist the supply they want, which is where you're going to cry or be upset or give them the argument they're looking for, a lot of times they'll just walk away and go pick on somebody else or find something else to do, which is totally the goal if you're not able to just walk away from the person. Finally, you have to realize that gaslighting is used in a way that is ruthless. Narcissists are ruthless, and they will use your deepest, most painful fears against you. And one of the fears that we all have, whether we admit or acknowledge it or not, is that we fear being alone. And so the narcissist uses that in order to scare you. They might say something like, I'm the only person who will ever love you. You'll never get another person as good as me or another person at all. They'll do anything they can to make you feel weak and powerless and dependent on them. And that's what gaslighting is all about. All right? So as always, thanks for letting me be a part of your day and a part of your life and a part of your recovery. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later with another video.